What up? What up? What up? Yep, it's me, Rashid, in the house. Hey, guess what? All of a sudden, I just decided, guess what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go ahead and go live. That's what I decided to do. Hey, not sure who's on with me. It's over here. I'm in Southern California. And here in California, it is very late at night. But this is when I do most of my work anyway. As you know, I have a few Telegram groups out there, and I have some Facebook groups, some IG, and I try my best to stay consistent so everybody that is interested will know what's going on at any given time. Right. Um, so I just want to have a conversation. I want to talk a little bit about, the bigger picture, right? We have a lot going on, a lot to unpack when it comes to why people get involved with passive income programs, why people are looking for a better way to earn that extra, because you know that main income is not enough. And so when we talk about disruption, and I say disruption, yes, there are companies that are literally disruptors in this blockchain space. And when you take it all the way back to, oh my gosh, what, 2008, 2009, a lot of people want to say that this space really was created around, Bitcoin and when that, kind of emerged. But I would take it further than that, right? I'll take it all the way back to the concept of relationship marketing, the concept of direct sales, the concept of building an income outside of your normal business model, employee, employer. Um, People generate additional incomes or attempt to generate additional incomes um, in a way that it doesn't interfere with their primary lifestyle. Unfortunately, we have gotten into this habit of creating multiple jobs instead of multiple streams. So that's why I like to come on. That's why I like to have this conversation, because I think people are missing the point when it comes to somebody says, look, I don't have enough money to, meet this requirement, bills, livelihood, basic needs, things like this, or wanting to do something nice for your kids, or for your spouse, or for your family, so on and so forth. If you don't have that extra, then what do? Right? You're stuck. And from a male perspective, there is a stigma attached to that failure to provide at that next level. If you're obviously you could be male or female. If you're the head of the household, then you have an expectation that you're going to be able to take care of all those things, and enjoy yourself at the same time. But depending on the society you live in, you may run into a problem with expectations, right? And so, hey, what's going on? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am here, Mr. Robert Crable. Good to see you, man. Thank you for popping in. Yes, definitely Air Force vet, and I am here just to engage, a little bit. But thank you for popping in. If this is your first time catching me on a live, you might, you might be surprised at what goes on here. But yes, absolutely, man. Air Force is definitely a great opportunity for anybody. I'll put that shameless plug in there that yes, man, Air Force, baby. That's if you're gonna do it Air Force. That's the way to go. Um, but yeah, absolutely. I actually, I spent a lot of time, even when I was in the Air Force. I mean, that just brings up some memories right there by itself. When I was in the Air Force, my last duty station was over at Pope Air Force Base. Now it's Pope Field or something like that over there in North Carolina. And during my time at that location as well, I think I got my first. kind of brush with like network marketing, and and it was just one of those things that was very prominent at the time. I was a young airman, and struggling to make ends meet. I had I could go all the way back when I first went into the Air Force. I remember I was in Fort Worth, Texas, and I'm a young cat. I thought I knew a little bit, but I remember everybody, want a nice stereo in your car and all this kind of stuff. So I remember going over to this place, and they're like, "Oh yeah, get what you want, no problem. We'll put it on, get your credit line set up, no problem. We'll take care of you." They took care of me all right. That little $1,500 stereo in 1987, I think I was still paying for it 10 years later. And so I understood the debt is real. They will get you in whatever way they can. So that pushed me into saying there's got to be a better way, right? There's got to be alternative ways. Like if my pay is in this on this website saying you're E1, 2, 3, 4 all the way up to 9, and this is your pay, there's no more pay. That's your pay, right? So you don't get out of that box. That is your pay. Now, I mean, you could do really well with that, but when you're talking E1 E4, it's a challenge, right? If you go overseas, you get a little extra here or there, but being in the States, no, that's it. And so a lot of military folks, soldiers, airmen, and, Marines, and so on and so forth, sailors, are really struggling as active duty, and that's a weird thing for me. I mean, I could have a whole conversation about how I believe, that the disruption needs to come to the salary schedule that is for military, active duty. That's where the salary that's a disruption that needs to happen. But yeah, even when I was federal worker, we didn't get any bonuses, but the military got bonuses. So I mean, there's some benefit there anyway. So at the end of the day, right, I think serious there are serious implications when looking at opportunities, like this, the disruption of the blockchain space, and being a student of blockchain and cryptocurrency, then I always want to provide some type of expression about what is good, what's new, what's different, what makes sense, what doesn't make sense, what's realistic, what's unrealistic, right? As a certified strategic intervention coach and a career coach and a relationship coach, I sit here and I wonder, why people don't achieve more in their life. What is it that's holding them back? Why is it such a challenge to be motivated, to be inspired? Is it society? Is it your environment? Is it the people, or is it just the environment being the politics, the news? Is it because of all of the stress and strife, the violence, the inequalities? What is it that people become affected by, and they lose their motivation, their inspiration to be great? What happens that people stop aspiring to be great? Not just average, not just trying to make it, not when somebody says, "Hey, how you doing?" "Oh, I'm just here. Oh, I'm just living." When somebody says living the dream, are they really living the dream, or are they just making that up? Right? What is it? What motivates us? Why don't we get up and go get it? No matter what. During a pandemic, there was more millionaires made in that 1 year. I mean, check the numbers, right? And it was made, where it was made? Online. Yeah, online. Why? Because I spent most of my time right here. So you have to imagine, if you're looking at your life, if you're looking inside, and you're trying to figure out, what do I do? How do I do it? When I see success, where are the crumbs leading to that success? What did they do different than everybody else? What am I not doing that maybe somebody else is doing? Then you could flip it and say, what am I doing that somebody else is not doing? Because guess what? Somebody's watching you. And I'm going to tell you, I had a conversation today with a gentleman, very powerful conversation. And it reminded me of my place in this universe. Let me give you this story real quick, and then I'm going to go into the disruption of blockchain via Safir and Zeniq. Here's what's interesting about the story. If you know anything about me, right, I have been a strong advocate, of personal and professional development. And along those lines, I've been a very strong advocate of, having some ownership, right? What are you doing in your life that you can have some ownership? Do you have, you go from a side hustle to a part-time to, have you created some type of skill set, learned something, got a certification, something that you can have that you own, nobody can take from you, that you can actually institute? If everything else fell away, you would have that skill set. What is it that you can do that maybe nobody else can do, or you do it better than others? What is it that you can do that's marketable? What is it that you can do that you can earn a living if everything else falls away, right? So I try to represent, achievement. I represent achievement. I represent greatness. I represent the willingness to do better because you have the ability to do better, right? A lot of people have the ability to do better, but they choose not to, unfortunately. But no matter who you are and where you are in life, somebody's watching you. Here's an example. I've been in this space for a while, right? I go public. I go online. I go on Facebook. I go on, YouTube. I'm everywhere because I purposely do that. Now, that means people look into your life. Like, really, people think they know you, which is a fascinating thing, because they see you online. All right. So, and that's fine. That's just part of the experience. I mean, I don't like or dislike it. It's part of the experience. But here's what's really amazing when you put yourself into this space and you promote, like I said, achievement and greatness, right? But you promote that in a way that frees the people up from the chains that they have around their neck, right? Those chains are weighing you down. And that's why you can't find your greatness. You can't see beyond your hand, right? That 3 feet as far as you can see, because you have not figured out how to release or unlock yourself. All right. So let's look at it this way. When I'm doing what I do, right? I come on, I talk about, different passive income programs. I do all of that. Over time, I have people that reach out to me and ask about, hey, have you seen this program? What do you think about it? Right? Okay. What cryptos do you think, should invest in? What altcoins or Bitcoin or, these type of things, because that's my kind of my area. Well, over a period of time, people will follow what you do. If you provide quality, then people will stay with you. If you don't provide quality, then they will leave you. That's simple as that. And that's a smart thing. And it makes sense. And so to hear somebody say that they used to watch somebody, but now they're sticking with me because of what I produce, what I bring to the table, it's a great feeling, because it validates the fact that I'm not bringing nonsense. I'm giving you quality. I'm giving you value. And when you spend time with me, then you know that you're going to get some quality and some value. And it's time well spent. Right. And so, some people, watch these streamings and they're like, I mean, it's nothing there. It's just chatter. And that's true. A lot of times that's all it is. One of the things about, I and if you haven't ever been on a live stream, then you may be like, Rashid, get to the point. Well, here's the thing about live streams. There's a strategy to all of this. That's what it is, right? But I do want you to know that I am going to get to the good part. Um, but yeah, there's a build up to that, and so a lot of times people will see like Facebook lives or they'll see live streams on YouTube and stuff like this, and many times they will they will wait and not like show up. You can listen to a live stream from the from the outside and not be on, and so a lot of times people just kind of wait for a while before they even jump on, or they'll wait, or they're busy doing something and they'll be like, okay, is this person still on? Okay, let me get on here and see what's going on. So you'll always see, the numbers go up or down and all that. So yeah, so I just kind of look at that and give people opportunities to go ahead and jump on. Now, there's a couple of things that's going on right now. I'm really trying to weigh out, you know, is my overseas audience bigger than my US audience? And, based on what I see, for the last 15, 20 minutes, my US audience are my North American audience, because I have people from Canada and South America that would come on. I had a guy from Brazil as well. So that has been more so what as far as my audience. So it really looks like my US audience is bigger, or my North American audience is more bigger, more maybe more engaging than my overseas audience, even though I have more people in my network that are overseas. So I thought if I come on, over in the middle of the night in the US, then I would, maybe be able to capture their attention overseas, because a lot of times I don't do these at that time. And so I thought I'd come on live and actually engage with my overseas partners, and see if I can't provide them some value that normally they would not get live. So, hey, if you're overseas, or if you're in the States, whatever, hit me up. If you're on YouTube and you want to put something in the chat, then go ahead and do that. If you're on Facebook and you want to put something in the chat, go ahead and do that. And I appreciate it. So I'm gonna give you this story, right? I want y'all attention for a minute. This is something that I think you want to hear. So I had a gentleman that I do Saturday briefs on Safir and Zeniq Global and Technologies. I do a Saturday session, on that program, and so people pop in all the time, and my link is out there. You can easily find the link to jump on the Zooms. Um, and so I just found out like this past week. I was like, hey, I see this gentleman that he sent me a message on Telegram, and I was like, okay. And like I said, people can find you. Hey, Wally. So, hey, brother. So people can find me, easily. And so what happened was that he said, hey, this is Tim. I sent you a message. I'm like, oh yeah, Tim. Okay, how you doing, man? Great, thank you for coming. Whole thing. And he was like, yeah, man, I've been here a few times. And I'm like, really? I didn't know, right? Because his name wasn't on his Zoom, right? So I was like, okay, great. And he said, yeah, and he was he said he was mowing his yard. He's from Georgia, right? And he said he was mowing his yard, and he was listening while he was mowing his yard, because Saturday he got to get it done. And I was like, man, that's dedication right there. So anyway, after that, we sent messages back and forth. He was like, hey man, I want to follow whatever you're doing, put me on. I want to follow what you're doing, because I like what you're doing. And I was like, okay, great, I appreciate that. And anyway, a couple of days goes by, and I just I don't know, I couldn't find his name. I don't know. Anyway, nothing happened. So I have two different phones, right? I have a phone for here in California, and I have one, I always had with me forever. And I don't check that phone that often. And so I pick up the phone and start going through it. And he sent me a message like 2 days prior. And I'm like, oh man, I missed him. So I hit him up. Hey Tim, what's going on, man? He was like, hey brother, I watched your videos, man. He said, man, I can quote probably every video. I'm like, no. He was like, yeah, bro. He said, every day I watch one of your videos, and then if I like, I'll watch it again. And I'm like, dude, I'd be doing like 40-minute videos. He was like, brother, you doing a good thing. You're doing a good service. He said, I like the way you do it. And he said, I can follow things really easy with you. He says, I've been in this program. I've been in this program. And I really appreciate, how you break it down. It was just like, wow, okay, finally, because I don't get that kind of feedback. Like, people don't talk to me about, what they get from my programs. They don't, I don't hear that because it's a video, right? It's a recorded video. And so I don't go live all the time, and I don't get a lot of feedback all the time. And I don't do it for that reason, but just to hear somebody say, I've been following you, I'm gonna tell you what it does, right? The perspective is this. I can be in a program. And if you follow me in this year, I can be in a program, and I can be doing this program, and it's going great. You see the videos, you see, the results, you see all of that. And then I can be in another program and it's not going so great. And you see the videos of that too. Well, the interesting thing is there's still that person that sees you for who you are. And when you step up, right? When it's good, they see you. When it's bad and the program fails, they see you. Guess what that person does? Respects you more because you didn't fade away. They respect you more because you didn't hide. They respect you more because you saw lessons learned from that experience, and you made sure you didn't shy away from your responsibility as somebody in the public, somebody that is forward facing in this industry, right? That's what they see. So when this guy is talking to me and he's telling me about things that I'm like, dude, you've been around that long. You've seen these programs. He said, yeah, bro, I see all your videos. He said, man, you are a stand-up guy. I was just like, wow. So I mean, I want you to know, right? Anybody that's listening, the message is this. If you want to do something and you think that you're just walking out there on your own, somebody is watching. They're either watching you because they want to have that gotcha moment, which is fine, whatever. People are going to do what they're going to do. Or they're watching you because they believe in who you are and what you do. And that level of respect, and they don't even know who you are, they want you to be consistent, right? The world is watching you. Are you consistent? Do you do what you say? Are you who you are? Or are you somebody else? Today you're this person, tomorrow you're playing this actor, you're going to play that actor, you play this role, you play that role. Nobody wants that, right? Because they can see through it. They can see through that easy. So don't be that person. Be a consistent person that provides value, transparency, and honesty, and you will have a community that respects you for who you are all the time, right? The good and the bad. I have amazing people in my community, and I am thoroughly, thoroughly grateful for the love that I get because of consistency, right? So good or bad, you're gonna see me having this conversation with you, right? So today's conversation, we're gonna talk a little bit more. I'm not gonna talk about me all day. That's crazy. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to really understand what is a disruption in the blockchain space. When we talk about disruption, right, I can talk about the oil and gas companies. LNG came along and disrupted that. Now, it ain't gone nowhere, but I'm just saying it squeezed in there and took some market share, right? Disrupted it a little bit. We can talk about, from music industry, right? When we're talking about, because we're leading up to the blockchain, we're leading up to cryptocurrency, and why digital money is the future of money, the future of currency, the future of your wealth, right? So social currency and digital currency and fiat currency, those are the only three things that matter in your future. So let's go back with an analogy, and let's talk about music. Okay, I'm sure there was sticks, there was rocks, right? And then maybe there was a little a pan, and people were making music. People making music with their mouth, all this kind of stuff. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, yeah, all that good stuff, right? So before instruments, that was music. What happened next, right? Maybe somebody took some string from, I don't know, an animal, and they put it on a stick, and then they start making a sound. It was like, oh wow, I got an instrument. Now I created the first violin, or the first, tuba or whatever. I don't know what those things are. They probably made a drum, took some animal skin, stretched it over, a hole, and started beating on it. And was like, wow, look at that. So there's been evolutions of everything. And so in the music industry, you can look at it from, sticks and pots and pans and all that kind of stuff. And then it got to what? A cassette, right? So we have a cassette player, right? And so if you had a cassette, then you're probably older than me if you got a cassette. But then you went from a cassette to 8-track, right? Now, I don't know if it was 8-track to cassette or cassette to 8-track, but anyway, that's going way on back there. So let's just say you got this 8-track, because that's usually the story that you tell is I got an 8-track, then I got a cassette, right? We went from big 8-track down to a cassette. And we got the cassette and we thought we was doing something. You remember going to school and having a little cassette player, and then it became this big boom box, and that became the norm. People thought that was the coolest thing in the world, right? Break dancing and all that. But that cassette was a revolutionary thing. Then we go from cassette to what? The CD, right? The CD. So we thought the CD was the bomb, right? CDs, people still use CDs to this day. But then what came along? MP3, right? We had the, what was that thing back in the day? The iTunes. And then you had the, I think Microsoft had something, and everybody had their little MP3 player, type gizmo, right? They had their own versions of that. Some succeeded, some failed. But after the MP3, what did we have? Live streaming. You see what I'm saying? So think about that transition. If it happened there, what happened to the monetary transition? So we can walk through all of that from the bartering system. I got a cow, you got a sheep. Give me 3 sheep, I give you this cow. We're good, right? That's value, right? Traded value for value. Now we're where? We got Visa. I just got a message today, a notification. Visa is hosting a webinar. And guess what Visa is talking about? Cryptocurrency, the future of cryptocurrency and credit. What? Yeah. And you thought Visa wasn't in the game. No, come on, people. Visa may be, and MasterCard and all the credit cards. Yeah, they're going to process, hundreds of thousands of transactions per second. Absolutely. But guess what? Zeniq Technologies has created a blockchain that does 50,000 transactions per second. Compare that to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's blockchain is rated at about 7, and that's on the high end, transactions per second. That's why they can't be in competition with credit cards, right? If you can't do transactions comparable to credit cards, you can't take over the monetary system. It's not going to happen, right? How are you going to go to, a store that you normally would use a credit card to make a purchase, and it happens in like 3 seconds? All right, you're good. You hit the little beep. If you do the debit card, you punch in your code, and you just, you see the thing on the screen that says approved, bam, you walk out the store. That's because it's doing like 100,000 transactions per second, right? You put a debit card, credit card in there. You don't have to push nothing. You just zoop, right? You got the little chip in there now, right? You put it on top, beep. 2 seconds later, it's like, good, let's go. Thank you. You go in there with Bitcoin and you try to beep, and it's like, you're going to have to wait 10 minutes because you don't get the confirmations. The block confirms every 10 minutes. So if it don't happen within that first 10 minutes, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And people, I am a promoter of cryptocurrency. Believe you me, I am all about cryptocurrency. But if it can't confirm a transaction within the first 10 minutes because it's created that way, then it cannot compete with our fiat system. Okay. Therefore, there's got to be alternatives. What's the alternative? Litecoin. That's the alternative. What's the other alternative? Well, we can go, there's a list of them, okay? But Litecoin is a payment system, period. That's all it was created for. Faster payment system than what's out there. And Bitcoin was the thing. So it built its system. The guy, what's his name? Charlie something. I forget his last name. This guy, he created Litecoin network, or the Lightning network anyway, but he created Litecoin to be a form of payment similar to, based upon the same platform and protocol as Bitcoin. Yes, he did. Proof of work, the whole thing. He created it for that purpose. Now, you know what I found out recently? I don't know if it was this week or I did some research, and recently I found out this is crazy. I'm telling you, I just didn't connect the dots and never knew how or why this happened. The Litecoin blockchain, Litecoin, its blockchain is paired with and is used by Dogecoin. Didn't know that at all. It is literally like two coins are produced from that same network. So if you're purchasing Dogecoin, you're using the Litecoin blockchain. I didn't know. I was like, that's wow. Oh. Yes, that is crazy. Like those things happen, right? So disruption in this industry is everywhere. It's not just here. It's not just around the corner. It's not just blockchain, Bitcoin, and everybody else. Bitcoin is one of, I don't know, 11,000 coins out there today. So we're not caught up in the Bitcoin of the world. We're caught up in blockchain and cryptocurrency and how it's going to benefit us in the future. What is the future? The future is right now. Why? Because Bitcoin and other coins are being used right now. What is one of the best use cases for cryptocurrency? We know the payment. We know, cryptocurrency is great in trading because everybody's trading crypto right now, right? The best use case is supply chain. To me, that's the best use case. If you saw one of my videos previously, I talked about the XYO coin, right? It was a token. Now it's a coin. Yeah, I got into that in 2019. They actually had a launch right here in San Diego, so it was pretty cool. So yeah, that's one of the better coins. Faded away for a couple of years, and then bam, back on the scene. I was like, whoa, this is great. Then comes along my engine coin has been doing okay. It was over $2 and something last year. Now it's kind of flopping around 170, 160, 170. But that's cool, right? Because I'm still making a lot of money from those two. If you want to look at another one, Aave, AAVE, is a prime coin. Matic or Polygon is another one. Those are great coins that will continue to rise. Everything goes up and down, but they continue to go up more than they go down. So I'm loving that. I think it's great. So this whole space is amazing. That's why I'm here tonight. This is why I have Zeniq Technologies as the disruptor. And you want to know, what is that disruption? Well, I'm going to give you a brief on it. I'm going to give you the actual brief and say, this is your opportunity to understand why I'm so excited about this being one of the major players in my portfolio today, tomorrow, and forever. This is the way it should be, right? When I was coming up back in the day, when I first got involved with network marketing and got involved in investing and all these type of things, one of the things that I jumped into was a company called America Communications Network, right? ACN. This is back when they was only doing long distance service. So crazy in it, because what they're doing today is like way bigger. Cryptocurrency wasn't a thing back then. Knocking on doors, trying to get people to talk to you in a mall. This is craziness, right? Now I go online, and that's where I do my business. Everything is online. And so when I look at a company like Zeniq Technologies or Safir Global, more so Zeniq Technologies, then it's an amazing feeling, and it's an amazing space to be in, because right before our eyes, we see history being made. Because when you look at cryptocurrency and you say, okay, investing, huddling, staking, all of that craziness, that's cool, because there is value in all of that, right? Proof of work, proof of stake, whatever you want to, all those details. But what was that next level? Everything evolves, but nothing evolves faster than things on the blockchain, right? And so right now, cryptocurrency is the most prevalent in this space as far as on the blockchain. And so when we associate conversation with blockchain, it's automatic you're going to talk about cryptocurrency. But when you throw in decentralized finance, this whole fintech arena starts to get very interesting. So Zeniq Technologies came up with a way to look at the market, look at the industry, and some smart people said, there's something missing right here. Here's the industry, but this something is missing in this space. Nobody's tackling this. And so instead of fighting with people about a coin, instead of trying to challenge people on decentralized finance as far as loans and percentages and liquidity pools, they said, look, Pancake Swap, you handle this. Uniswap, you handle that. We'll have our own, exchange. But for now, we're going to create our coin, Zeniq coin, and we're going to create an exchange so that we can be the next Binance. But in the middle of this, guess what we're going to do? We're going to take the market with tokenization. Why? Because nobody else is doing it like we're doing it. Now, tokenization is not new. So don't get it, confused. Tokenization, if you want to tokenize something, you can look at it like from a corporate perspective, or you can look at it from an airport. An airline will give you credits. Aero will give you rewards, trip rewards, things like this, right? Those are tokenized assets. They are taking some of their assets, money, revenue, and they're giving you points tokenized so that you can use them later on. But you can't go trade them in for money. You can't take them to, you can't go from American Airlines and go over to, Amtrak Railways and use those same credits, because that's a different company. So it has to be within that company, right? So tokenization on this level is, let me take those airline physical assets, right, and put them on the blockchain. How do you do that? You can't just take something and move it. You have to digitize it. When you digitize it, you're tokenizing the process of moving physical assets onto the blockchain in a digitized way. There are fees involved with that process, and Zeniq Technologies has created a platform to make that a very easy process. Therefore, they're the leaders in this space. If you are a coin holder with Zeniq Technologies right now, you're in a very, very good space. Why do I say disruption? Because they're not only doing that, they brought in an element of crowdsourcing to help build awareness that they are the ones to be in the lead and continue to lead in this space. Okay. So I want people to appreciate the fact that if you're a member today, you're in a very, very amazing position. If you're not a member and you're thinking about it, you want to get in position. And this is why. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about, oh, wait a minute. Looks like my screen has froze up. That's not a good thing. What is going on, Mr. Hill? Uh-oh. 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 Oh, am I back? Whew. All right. Man, that's weird. Okay. All right. My screen was not working well for me there for a second, so apologize if y'all didn't hear me or see me there for a minute. All right, we're going live here. Let's go get it. All right. So here's something that I want you to know. So if you can see my screen right now, which I believe that's the thing about StreamYard. StreamYard takes over the whole screen, and I can't see myself. So if something goes wrong, don't worry, we'll be back. But yeah, real quick, this is where, like I said, you can go into your back office and if you wanted to see what goes on with Zeniq Technologies and Safir Global, then this is how you get into this particular, project, and start earning from like day one. So you have a Zeniq hub, you have a Safir minting hub. One is actually a device. Yes, I've been offline for a while, so it doesn't show the pictures. So I may, come back and get that. I have to log back in and all that kind of stuff, but this is just kind of the cache, portion of it. So yeah, you don't see pictures, but normally there are pictures in there. There's a Safir minting farm, which gives you, anywhere from 29.50, which gives you 2 shares or 2 hubs. Okay. And then you have 4, 8, 16, all the way up to 256 hubs. And so that's about 330,000 euros. So if you got that laying around and you want to invest it, then hey, you're good to go right here. So these are just some options. And I just want to give you a quick look at the back office to show you that, you do have availability here, of purchasing or investing into this program, whereas you will start to benefit from all of the projects that this company is doing. And the timing is perfect because at the end of October, things are going to change a lot. And if you're not in, then you're going to start to you're gonna feel like you missed out, even though the opportunity is still here. But you're going to be late to the game, and so there's going to be some things that are not going to produce as much as it is right now. Just so you know. All right. You know what's fascinating about this? And I don't know if I'll be able to reach it, but I'm going to try anyway. This is something that blew my mind when I was looking earlier. Like I said, I don't know if I'm not able to jump in there right now because of I've been offline for a little bit. So no, it's not going to let me in. So here's what I wanted to show you. In the time that I have been with this organization called Safir Global and Zeniq Technologies, from June 15 to today, June 15 to today, I have been paid commissions over 1,000 times. I don't think, I'm telling you this right here. When you think about an organization, when you think about a project, right, that you get involved with that pay commissions to you for your services, do you understand how powerful that is? I've been paid over 1,000 times in 100 days. That's phenomenal, right? So who wouldn't want to be paid over that? And I'm not talking to like a dollar here, a dollar there. This is a great opportunity if you just do the work. Okay. So that's just, I mean, to me, it really says a lot that these guys have stepped it up to that level, to where you get paid for what you're doing. All right. So we're going to look at, I think you can see my screen. Like I said, I do have some challenges sometime with this. So, all right, here we go. So let me show you something. That's weird. Hopefully you can see me. All right, if you can see my screen, then great. For some reason, it got really small. That's very odd. Huh. Okay. All right. Well, it's coming up then. As long as it's coming up. All right, we're good. We're good. So when I talk about, like I said, getting paid over 1,000 times, right, in 100 days, right, 90 to 100 days. Here's what I mean. Safir Global, being the exclusive distributor for Zeniq Technologies, utilizes these 3 compensation plan, parts to provide commissions to us as members. So let me break this down for you. And this is just my version of what the actual looks like. I'll show you the real one, here in a few minutes. But just to give you some insight to when I say here's the actual and here's how we got there. If you're in an organization, right, doing some type of network marketing or affiliate marketing or whatever, you have an opportunity to earn what they call rank. So in this organization, they have career bonus, they have unilevel, they have performance bonuses. When you do 10,000 in volume, you get a 300 euro bonus. When you're doing 20,000 in volume, you get a 600 euro bonus. When you're doing 100,000 in volume, you get a 3,000 euro bonus, right? Pretty cool. Now, it gets really, really good. When you do 300,000 in volume, you get a 9,000 euro bonus. When you do 500,000 in volume or sales, you're going to get a 15,000 euro bonus. And when you're doing 1 million in sales, right? 1 million, not 100 million. It should be 1 million there. You're going to get a 40,000 euro bonus. Now, how cool will that be, right? So when I, as a student of network marketing compensation plans, when I actually studied this plan and I compared it to other plans that I've been involved with, I'm talking throughout my history of marketing, this by far is the most lucrative, the most profitable plan I have ever seen. So if you're going to market in an industry that's revolutionary, with a company that has disrupted that revolutionary emerging technology, advanced space in this day and time, fintech, financial technology, this is $1 trillion industry that you don't want to miss out on. And therefore, if you got involved and you're working the business and you're making sure that other people are benefiting, then they're going to compensate you just like this for what you do. I think getting paid over 1,000 times in 90 to 100 days is incredible. And these numbers work. But it doesn't stop there. If you hit double diamond, triple diamond, white diamond, double white diamond, gold diamond, double gold diamond, you'll get paid a $2.5 million bonus when you hit that top rank. And we know, it's some people look at it and say, it's just no way I'm gonna get there. Some people are like, okay, give me a little time and I'm there with you. It's not that difficult. This plan is designed in a way that it is not that difficult. It does not matter how long it takes. It's designed to help you get there. And so that's a whole nother, training and all that. But I just wanted to give you a highlight of this is real. Absolutely. That unilevel I was talking about. So if you actually was a member, right? You said, hey, I'm in, I signed up, I purchased a package, and now you want to present the opportunity to somebody else and they purchase a package, you're going to get 9% on your first level. Yeah. So when I talk about, this organization, when I talk about, Safir Global or Zeniq Technologies, and I talk about it from a marketing perspective, I talk about it from a comp plan or benefits plan perspective, because I am a marketer, right? I can talk about the technology. I've already gave you some insight to their disruptive technology. They have what they call Zeniq Hub 01. That Zeniq Hub is, the first of its kind. Yes, they had it produced in the past. They had some problems with the ownership and the leadership in that company. They split off. It became a delay. The product didn't get out when it was supposed to. And so there's a delay in distributing that product, but they do have ownership of it. So at least throughout that, that breakup with their previous company, they still have ownership of it. And so the leadership took that and now they had to go back into the manufacturer and recreate all of that. So there is, like I said, about a 12-week delay on that particular device, but it is the premier device for Zeniq Technologies, called a Zeniq Hub. And so that hub really is the stable, point right there, center to minting coins for the Zeniq opportunity. But in that process, that's the passive side. This is the active side. And I'll talk about the passive side in a minute. But you have these percentages all the way down to 15 levels when you put in the work. That's how powerful this is. So hopefully you captured that. Like I said, I've been paid over 1,000 times since June, and I'm just blown away by that. It's a fascinating thing. I've collected 34,000 coins, right? So I have about $10,000 worth of coins as well. So really excited about where we're going with this. But just to cap off, that compensation plan, there is a performance bonus as well that I'll get into later. So you have 3 different compensation plans for the marketer, for the person that builds, for the person that wants to go out there and offer this opportunity to others so that everybody can benefit. That's the power of this program. All right. So you want to know, what in the world is Rashid talking about? Like, give me something, Rashid. Well, give me a little bit more insight to this organization and why you believe that it's a disruptor in this space. Well, let's do this. Safir, and you'll see this on slides everywhere. You'll have Safir Global, you have OCS International, and you have Zeniq Technologies. So those are the 3 companies that really are working in concert to produce an amazing opportunity for us all. Okay. And so you don't want to discount any of those. But Safir Global is the exclusive distributor for Zeniq Technologies, right? So all of the disruptive technology I talk about with the tokenization, coming up with the exchange, that decentralized exchange is similar to, like I said, with the Binance, with the Zeniq coin, and the Binance coin doing really the same thing on the exchange. Then you'll start to understand the power of this opportunity because of what it is designed to do. Okay. And so if you're part of this organization and you have purchased your particular coin package, then you'll benefit from all of the different benefits, all of the different services that the company is producing. Just in September, a few weeks ago, they had a launch and they talked about the NFTs, right, that they're tokenizing. So basically art that's being tokenized. And they've already taken on 2 clients, got 2 contracts, and that's already in play. And they have more coming. And as coin holders, we're going to benefit because we get a percentage of all of that. So it's pretty powerful. And if you have a hub in this particular organization, then you're really in a very strong position for the future of what's coming. And we'll all have that information and be able to reveal that information after the event in October in Dubai. So yes, there's a disclaimer here that you can, I think you've kind of got an idea what that represents. But we're going to talk about a fulfilled life, right? All of the things I talked about today, all of the things I talked about for the last 30, 40, 50 minutes was about a fulfilled life. You know what? You have a reasoning. When I was in the military, I just wanted to fulfill life, right? I wanted to serve my country. I wanted to serve my brothers, my sisters. I wanted to make sure that people were safe because that was my way of doing that. And I wanted the government to take care of me while I'm taking care of the business. And that equates to a fulfilled life. So I decided to go the network marketing route while I was in the military. And that was because I want to fulfill life, right? We all want, a better, car, a better way to eat, better way to live, better education. We want our kids to have a great future. We want to create this legacy that's beautiful and lasts forever. Yes, we all want that. And this is an opportunity for us all to get in the driver's seat if you haven't done so already. When I talked about digitization, when I talk about tokenization, when I talk about taking that physical product and putting it onto a physical asset anyway to move it to the blockchain, it takes digitization. It is the act of tokenizing assets. And Zeniq Technologies is absolutely the leader in this industry. And we are fortunate to be at the helm of this new development. So I just implore you to take on and take it serious how fortunate you are to be a coin holder in this agency at this point. We are we're at the pre ICO, pre-launch, pre-IPO, whatever it is. We're so far ahead right now. That's why we haven't seen that next step, right? Because we're so far ahead. If we were already in it, then most of the benefits would be pretty much tied up in smaller portions, so to speak, right? But we're so at the beginning, we're going to get the lion's share of what comes because of the numbers. Anyway, I could go into that all day. But those are discussions that I have with my leaders when we talk about, why Zeniq. Everybody has to have that why. When somebody approaches you with, oh, did you know that the CEO this or that, or did you know that this ERC20 versus TRC20, and this blockchain, and they try to associate that with some negativity. If you don't have a why Zeniq, if you don't have a why Safir Global, if you don't understand where you are in this space, if you don't understand the power of what you have in your hands, because your belief level is low, then you're not going to be able to combat those people. You're not going to be able to reject the nonsense because you don't have the ability to do it. So you have to plug in. You have to know the power of what you have right here compared to the nonsense that people bring. This is powerful. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. Enough said. But yeah, there's some great folks out there that talk about blockchain, talk about crypto. They understand it. Richard Branson, John McAfee, the late John McAfee, and then you have obviously Elon Musk. These guys are definitely proponents of blockchain, proponents of cryptocurrency. The blockchain, this is the center of their world. What are the advantages? Safest method to store data, essential protection for all data, decentralized protocol for transaction between parties, captures every change transparently, and it is safe, fast, cost efficient, and it saves resources. What else do you need? That is the power of blockchain technology. Bitcoin, there's really no conversation of cryptocurrency without Bitcoin. Simply put, Bitcoin started at 10 cents. People didn't believe in it. It hit 19,000 in 2018. I recorded it at 20,000, but okay, let's say 19. But that was a milestone. That was a big deal, right? Because I got into cryptocurrency around 2016. So by 2018, I was in a couple other, opportunities. And we were all like on the edge of our seats looking, like, oh my gosh, is it really going to hit 20,000? And like I said, I believe it did. And then, of course, in 2021, was it March? I think it was March 2021. Obviously, it went over $60,000. So that's cryptocurrency. And that's just giving you an example that it is real. Unfortunately, there are some that are not real. With over 11,000 cryptocurrencies on CoinMarketCap, there are some that are built on hope and faith, but have absolutely nothing behind them. And yes, you could end up like that guy right there. So, a lot of people invest in these crypto coins, right? We see the hype about Dogecoin. We see the hype about Shibu. We see the hype about, there are some other no-name coins that I see people promoting all day long. You got to be careful, right? You got to listen to somebody that's going to give you the right information. So be careful when you're investing, or you will burn your fingers. Yes, absolutely. So what is the success criteria for cryptocurrency? 1, you got to have the right technology. 2, the infrastructure. 3, decentralization. That decentralization is something you want to lock into your mind. Don't ever forget it, because that right there is the essential part of this equation. Did you know over 90% of all the cryptocurrencies that come out from a white paper or no white paper, yellow paper, tech paper, whatever, they fail? 90%. They fail. They don't make it. And so think about that. You want to invest in stock, you got a better chance of just flipping a coin and picking a stock than you do succeeding in investing in a new coin. Because what is it going to do? Is it legit? Is it real? Nobody really knows until it hits the market. But what if it doesn't hit the market? Well, there you go. Here's the difference. We, as in Zeniq Technologies, they first created numerous real products and services before even thinking about appearing on the market. You get that? They actually, and that's so when you see, you can Google it, and a friend of mine, he sent me information today about a company called Juelis. And so I did some research on that, like I said, right before I signed on. And I saw that that company was the precursor to Zeniq. So what was interesting is I was like, oh my gosh, somebody stole the technology. But no, actually what happened, it's the same owners. They just basically split off from an old company and created a new company because of their personal reasons, right? But before any of this hit the market, before the coin was on Uniswap in April, they had created actual use cases, right? Through an incubator. They have already proven the concept before they actually offered it to the world. So they didn't bring on the network marketing arm, the crowdsourcing arm. We didn't arrive until between May and June. They had already proven that the coin, that the company, that the concept worked before bringing on the marketing arm. You see what I mean? So they've done their homework. But even though I can talk about this all day long, and somebody online can say, Rashid, you're talking, but what are you talking about? That's typical. Why isn't it? Right? You remember, I spoke about this earlier. If you're going to be a marketer of this particular project, this organization, you're going to get people that want to drag down this idea because it interferes with their particular industry. It disrupts their particular ideals. Therefore, they don't want the competition because the competition is heating up. Therefore, you need to know why Zeniq. Here's one way. One, simple, uncomplicated access to the crypto world for everybody. Two, maximum backup of digital assets. Three, legal and emerging the crypto world with the existing financial world and connecting crypto world with online, offline e-commerce. Yes, that's one reason. You want another one? Sure. Zeniq coins will be minted on a continuous basis into your back office, nonstop for 20 years. That's another reason. There's what they call green minting. Instead of electricity, they're using green minting. Now, not mining, minting. You see what I'm saying? Zeniq Technologies didn't fall off a wagon and just repeat what somebody else was doing. They saw what was going on in the market and they improved upon it. They did not recreate the wheel. They created a new wheel. Decentralized exchange with minimal fees, $1 trillion market, which we call tokenization, and a whole lot more. Yeah. There's some other things coming that we're going to have some really good webinars in the future that, man, the ecosystem is just growing. It is amazing. So when we talk about financial technologies, fintech, we talk about Zeniq Technology, we talk about OCS International. OCS is an international investment bank. OCS took Zeniq on as a client, and they're supporting Zeniq with their money, and they're supporting them with their expertise, right? If a financial institution has taken on a technology company as a client, what is their purpose? What is their reason, right? If that doesn't get your attention, then I'm thinking you're missing something here. An investment bank does one thing. They invest in order to make money. They don't invest to lose. They don't invest in a company that they don't believe is going to give them a return 10 times over. They invest because they believe they're going to get the best return with that company. Therefore, they see something to keep their reputation high, their reputation high, right? This is a OCS International, right? Do the research. OCS International Investment Bank. They have a division, yes, that they created in Dubai, and they have a larger headquarters with 8 other branches around the globe. and they are supporting Zeniq Technologies right there in Dubai. Man. So yes, they have a background. They have a legitimate, history, and they have a great portfolio. They do have about 400, I think it's $400 million in assets under management, and one of those is a private crypto fund. Yes, so they understand this space as well, and that's a huge deal when it comes to investment banks, because most banks don't have any connections to cryptocurrency. But this one, actually, their CEO was an actual trader for forex and crypto, and he understands blockchain technology and he supports that. So yeah, definitely in the right place with the right folks. um, we know that Binance's CEO, he knows a little bit about blockchain technology. Says blockchain will be bigger than the internet, and I think we've we've surpassed that, and we understand that. This is definitely internet web 3.0, so we're definitely along those lines. As you can see to the right there, you have many of the industries that use blockchain technology, and there will be many more. When we talk about the blockchain, Zeniq Technologies has created a blockchain faster than anything else out there. It is a decentralized exchange that's going to be on that blockchain that we're going to talk about here next. That blockchain, um, they have processed transactions up to 50,000 transactions per second, which that's what blockchains, that's how they rate them. And so when they're rating these blockchains and they're doing that much capacity, that's how you, when you're getting into what's the utility, right? Is that a coin that's going to be used as a reward, or is it a coin that's going to be used for exchange, or is it going to be used for actual commerce, right? To replace the fiat currency. It's not going to replace any fiat currency, so don't get nervous. But what it will do is play alongside fiat currency because of the speed. Then it can take on transactions at point of sale. That's essential. That's very essential to take on transactions at a point of sale. You have to have a high rate of transactions per second. So the throughput of making the transaction, it has to be bam on the spot. Blockchain works across the board. So what does that mean? And this is something we'd love to clarify. We're not saying that Ethereum and Tron and Binance and all those can't work together, because they do, but you have to wrap the token. That's why you see a WBTC or a WBNB. You have to wrap the token and the coin or whatever, and that's how you transfer it over into that blockchain, and then you swap it and you pay some fees, and you get what you're looking for. Well, guess what? What if there was a blockchain that created a exchange that none of that had to happen, and you could still trade those same coins across any blockchain? That's what Zeniq is creating, the first real decentralized exchange of its kind. Yes, disruption. We talk about the Zeniq Hub. This is the hub, right? This is your access to financial sovereignty. If you ever wanted to be free financially, this right here will help you along the way. It is an asset manager. You control every type of transaction with this hub, right? In the back office, this hub, when you're shopping and you want to purchase this hub is 1,998 euro, and you can get this physical device in your hands, and it will handle all of your transactions for you. It is amazing. But yeah, that's if you want to know more about that and some of the other things that we offer, then definitely join me on my Saturday presentation, and I'll go more into each things that are offered. But this is a great device for all of your assets that you want to manage. If you want to trade, if you want to hold your crypto, the safety security is at its highest level. It's amazing what it can do. So in that light, when we talk about security, when we talk about decentralized, then you really can't go wrong with this particular level of security. We have the Zeniq app that is on the Google Play. That Zeniq app is being upgraded to pretty much meet all of the standards that it says here. All these features are not in there right now because they're still adding features as we go. I think that everybody that has downloaded an app, that you have to go back in and upgrade and upgrade and upgrade. This is exactly no different. They are doing a lot. They already have the wallets are in place. I'm talking every cryptocurrency you can imagine has a wallet in this Zeniq app. And you can download it, like I said, and it will be able to connect with your Zeniq hub. And when it connects with that hub, then you'll be able to convert your cryptocurrency into fiat currency at point of sale. Like literally, when you're at the store, you can pay for something in your Zeniq coin. It'll convert to dollars, pounds, German, whatever, at the point of sale. That is what we're all waiting for. And so, if you want to download that, you'll be able to use that service as well. Like I said, the Zeniq exchange is a fascinating thing, one of its kind, the first of its kind, that you can actually trade all types of blockchain tokens and coins on this particular exchange. One of the major things about this exchange, and I'm going to skip straight to it. You can read all that if you want. The major thing about this exchange is that the CEO of Zeniq Technologies has decided, and their leadership, that they will give 100% of the fees and commissions that come from the use of this exchange by the customer. All of that earnings that come from that will go to the coin holders. So anybody that has purchased a coin package with Zeniq Technologies Safir Global will benefit from the commissions that come directly from the Zeniq exchange. Yeah, incredible. Just because you purchased a package and invested in a company, you're going to be part of the recipients of what I call dividends from this particular exchange forever. So when we talk about the power of a system coin, right? Because it's not a payment system, it's not a exchange coin, it is a system coin. We can compare it, like I said, to Uniswap, we compare it to PancakeSwap, and then you have the Zeniq Decentralized Exchange. It has its own blockchain, it's compatible with all coins and all blockchains, has lowest fees, it's not an Ethereum-based coin. It has an Ethereum wrapper available in the back office so that you can trade and swap it on Uniswap. Without that wrapper, that's a requirement from Uniswap. That's not a requirement from Zeniq. So you have to understand how that works. It's just allowing a member from the Zeniq community, if you want to swap or convert your coins, then you have to use Uniswap. In order to use Uniswap, you have to wrap it in a Ethereum ERC20 blanket, so to speak. And so that's where the wrapping process comes in. But when we get the Zeniq exchange on board online, right, in 2022, then none of that will be necessary. So hold on to your coins so that you can utilize the Zeniq exchange, and you can wrap and you can convert, you can transfer, you can do whatever you want with those coins at that time. Now, paying with the crypto coins becomes a reality because of the Zeniq exchange and the hub and the app. Those are the three things that work together in order to create this commerce system that's a link into our fiat world. The actual coin itself is listed on Pancake's Uniswap right now, and its next step is to be listed on PancakeSwap. So the Zeniq coin has actual use cases that all of the things that we talk about, they've actually vetted it and made sure that the coin is legit, make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do. But here's how we keep the value and increase the value over time. Limited number of coins, which is 600 million coins, huge appreciation potential because of the limited number of hubs. There's only 200,000 actual Zeniq hubs. This device, there's 200,000 of these devices. Over 100,000 has already been sold. And the minting power of the hubs, you don't have to have the physical hub. You just need to, there's and I'll show you in a minute what the hub, the terminology gets a little weird. So I have to show you that on another slide. But there's an annual halving and there's a sales halving. And so when we talk about, Bitcoin does it, and so Zeniq has the same idea and same concept. The demand rises, but the coin production decreases And that helps for the pricing to stay stable and increase over time because of the ecosystem that's around and supporting this Zeniq coin, right? There's tokenization of Zeniq projects and so many other projects that they got coming down the pipe. All right. So these are some of the magnificent things that we are bringing to the public. When we talk about this multi-trillion-dollar market called tokenization, we know that that's the largest market in the world. So when that bigger market, which is $800 trillion, within that $800 trillion market, you have 24 trillion of it, which is tokenization. And this slide really only wants to tell you it's increasing at a tremendous rate. The 24 trillion is a number, but it's an estimate because things are happening so fast. Things are growing at a rate that it could exceed that 24 trillion, no problem, well before 2027. And guess what? We have a company that is leading in this space and is growing contracts, whereas we're going to be the recipients of commissions from those particular projects. Wow. Fascinating to be in this place right now. When we talk about tokenization, there's a lot of reasons for it. The biggest reason is when a company wants to finance their startup, or a company wants to finance their business, or increase funds, then that's the main reason they do tokenization. You can take, like I said, some real estate. Let's say, for instance, you have a building, you own it, right? And you need to raise funds. Well, what do? I don't know. Sell your building. And so you can sell shares of your building. And that's just one example out of a lot of them, that a company can hire, like a Zeniq Technologies, and they can come in, do the process, create the shares, right? Tokens, and sell those tokens, which are shares of that building, to individuals. Now you have individuals around the globe that can put in $1,000, $200,000, $100, whatever they want, to purchase pieces of your building. Yep, absolutely. And now you're raising funds in a way that you couldn't have done before. So that's a simple way of looking at tokenization. That's why it's such a big industry. There's always a roadmap of sorts, where we came from, hit some milestones, and where we're going. So I'm going to give you a couple of areas that I think are very important. One, started the project 2018 as an idea to create the exchange better than any other exchange out there. Somewhere in 2021, April to be exact, they delivered and listed the Zeniq coin on Uniswap. Over here, Q3 2021, we have the app. The hubs are going to be shipped out soon. We have the debit card. We got tokenization projects happening right now. We launched in September 2021 the actual Zeniq NFTs, which was the first tokenization projects. And we do have an actual date around the Q2 of 2022. So I'm saying maybe, June or so of 2022, we should have the activation of the decentralized Zeniq exchange. And by the end of 2022, they're looking at actually building a Zeniq university, and you can get a bachelor's, you can get an MBA, and all these good things there. So that's going to be awesome, a blockchain university to represent what Zeniq stands for. The recap of really the whole ecosystem of the program is you have your coins right there in the middle, because the coins are in the center of this whole masterpiece and this master strategy that Zeniq Technologies has created. And to the left, you got the tokenization, which I talked a little bit about, the digital shares that you can earn. And on the right side, we got the exchange. And that exchange, we're going to obviously participate in that and earn 100% of the profits from that Zeniq decentralized exchange. So that is, amazing, fascinating, thrilling. And I can't wait, for that to come online. Like I said, we do have the time halving and the sales halving. What does that mean to you? There's a couple of things you want to take away from this. While the coins are being minted, right? Because if you're a coin holder and you've been around for a few months, you know that in your back office, coins are being minted. I have about 38,000 coins, and they're being minted, right? And I've been in here, like I said, 100 days. So here's what's amazing. The sales halving is for every 1,000 hubs that are sold, then 4% reduction in the production of the coins. All right. So for every 1,000 hubs that's sold, there's going to be a reduction in the coins that are minted and distributed. Okay. So for every 1,000, that could be in one day, just so you know. So we've gotten to a point where so many have been sold. Now it's only reducing them by 2% for every 1,000 that's sold. When it gets down to a 100,000, then it's going to go to 1%. It's going to stay at 1% reduction until it gets, all the way out to the 600 million that are going to be sold. So right now it's happening. And so if you started when I started, let's say May, June timeframe, then we were at maximum, minting. Now with all of the hubs that's been sold, it's reducing by 2% for every 1,000 that's sold. So I hope you understand that you're not going to get a specific amount because that number shifts every single day. If you get, 10 coins today, you may get 9 coins tomorrow. If you get 9 coins today, you may get 8 tomorrow. I don't know what that number is going to be because I don't know how many is being sold at that moment, but I know that there's a 2% reduction every time 1,000 are sold. All right. So your production is going to be different every single day. Now, in February of next year, that'll be 1 year from the time they kick this off. And there's a annual halving going on. That annual halving says, yes, if you are getting 50 coins per day now, when the annual halving happens, you'll be getting 25 coins a day. So just think about it that way. So when I say it's time to get in now, I'm not kidding. There is a sense of urgency because the reduction is happening every single day. So if you want to maximize your coin package, then you want to make sure that you get started as soon as possible. Purchase your hub and get started so that you can maximize the amount of coins that you have collected when the coin price goes $20 to $40 to $100 or more. How do you actually get in this program? This is how you get in this program. The Zeniq Hub 01, 1998 euros is the physical device that I showed you. It does all of the things that I mentioned. The Housing Hub 1499 euro hub, yes, I do recommend that one. It is a physical device, but it's not an actual tablet looking device. It's more of a chip that holds all your stuff offline, but you can still access it through your back office. You have the 2X hub, you have the 4X, 8X, 16, 32, 64, all the way to the 330,000 euro 256X hub. Now, think about those numbers and now equate those numbers to shares. So if you purchase a 2950 euro housing hub, you're purchasing, let's say, 2 shares in the company. If you purchase a 5,800 euro housing hub, you're purchasing 4 shares. And if you go with the 11,000, that's 8 shares. 22,000 is 16 shares. 43,000 is 32 shares. 86,000 is 64 shares. 168,000 is 128 shares. And the 330,000 euro package is 256 shares. Why do I say that? When the tokenization projects are starting to mature and you're going to get weekly commissions, they're going to calculate based upon your level of investment. So if you've invested 32X, which is the 43,000 euro housing hub, then you're going to get 32 shares. If you invested the 2X hub, which is 2950 euro, you're going to get 2 shares. So that's the concept. I don't know exactly what the numbers are going to look like, but that is the concept. Is these are like shares. You don't own any of the company, but that's an easier way to explain that you're going to get commissions, and the commissions are going to be based upon your level of investment. And so if you purchase 128 shares, you're going to get 128 shares. If you purchase 256, that's your level of investment. Now, while you're getting the weekly pay, the commissions from the tokenization projects, guess what? Your coins are being minted in your back office all the time. And while those coins are being minted, you're over here focused on getting your commissions, you're right, from the tokenization projects, all passive. There's nothing you have to do. It's going to come no matter what you're doing. So you're on vacation for the next 20 years. The coins are being minted into your account. If it's 10 a month, if it's 10 a day, if it's, 100 a month, I don't know, whatever that number is, because it works based upon the variables that I mentioned earlier. So there's no one number that anybody can give you because it's dynamic. It's going to shift based upon the amount of, hubs sold, as well as the halving process and the network. So all of that works together to produce coins for you. You're going to get coins on a continuous basis. So if you purchase a 64x hub, then that means you're going to get a lot more coins than somebody that purchased a 4x hub, right? So those shares will give you a good amount of coins as well. All right. And you're going to benefit from the tokenization projects and the decentralized exchange. You're going to get a percentage of all of that passively, by the way. And so you might as well profit from this crypto industry and tokenization by choosing Zeniq Technologies and starting with one of the products I just showed you. You want to get with the person that, maybe has talked to you about this. If you haven't talked to anybody about it and this is your first time seeing it, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and you like just listening, to me talk about it, that's cool. Contact me and we'll get you started. Now, if you're very, very serious about this and you like that and you want to talk to more people about what you just saw and you feel like, hey, I can do that, then great. Now, if that's not for you, that's okay. Like I said, I'm just presenting the information because I have this opportunity with you all. And this is the first time I've done it at this time. Yeah, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, but why not? Right? Somebody's awake somewhere, and that includes me. My partner out in Atlanta, he says he drives, FedEx trucks. He says he's up, he got the night shift. So guess what? Even if nobody else is up, then, hey, my man is over there. I know he's up. Here I am on the West Coast. I'm up because I want to bring this value to anybody and everybody that believes in their greatness, believes in there is a better way. There is something out there that's for me. And I can tell you, if you take the time to understand this program, you'll see it's revolutionary. It's something that you cannot imagine how amazing it feels to make commissions at this magnitude. This is crazy because I'm helping somebody out there earn on this passive income train. And the company pays me for that. It's amazing. So like I said earlier, you're going to get 9% as a marketer, as a team builder, as somebody that spreads the word on this program. When somebody purchases a package, you're going to get 9% of that package, the whatever the amount is, right? So that's your commission is based upon that amount. All right. When that person decides they want to share it with somebody else, let's say you have a pension fund, let's say you have a retirement and you take, 50% of what you have in a retirement. If you got 100,000 in an IRA, if you got 100,000 in some mutual funds or something out there, let's say you take 50% of that and you put it into one of the Zeniq hubs and you purchase the 43,000 euro package, right? That 43,000 euro package could easily be giving you, 28 or 32 shares, as far as the investment. Well, that being the case, you're going to get coins associated with that as well. And the value is just going to grow. While that's happening, then whoever invited you, whoever has shared that with you, they're going to get 9% or 8% or 7% or whatever that is. But you're going to be getting passive income as well on your investment, right? So that's how that works. So anybody you invite, you're going to get 9% of that purchase. So that's pretty cool. Now, when you do that and you do it enough times and you have 7 people that do it as well, and you have about 10,000 in volume, you're going to get a 300 euro bonus. When you have about 12 people that have joined you on your team, and you have a collective of 20,000 in sales, then you're going to get a 600 euro bonus. When you have 100,000 in sales, you're getting a 3,000 euro bonus. When you have 300,000 in sales, you're getting a 9,000 euro bonus. When you have 500,000 in sales, you're going to have a 15,000 euro bonus. And when you hit the diamond level, you got 13 people that's joined you. You got a strong team. You're very intentional on building and promoting and helping people. You're going to get a 40,000 euro bonus check for doing that. So you see that up there. It says share points for bonus pool. So you may be wondering, what does that mean? Well, you see these little stars that we have in the middle? Those stars represent shares. Yeah. And we just got paid the profit share yesterday. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. The Ruby, right? You do 10,000, you get a 300 euro bonus. But guess what else you get? Shares. This right here is, like I said, this is game changer, game over type stuff. Profit share with the company. You already got a bonus because you hit the Ruby. You got a bonus because you hit double Ruby. You got a bonus because you hit Sapphire, because you hit Diamond, and so on and so forth. Well, guess what they're going to do? The company says, you know what? We get revenue generated at the end of the month. At the end of the month, we're going to take 10% of that revenue, and we're going to look through our organization and figure out, well, how many rubies do we have? How many double rubies? How many sapphires and double sapphires and black sapphires and diamonds? All that, right? How many ranks do we have? Got the numbers? Great. You take that number, you divide it out, and that's what your profit share is. Okay. So guess what? This past month, we have way more career rank levels than we had in the past, which is just normal. Well, when that happens, the shares obviously shrink. Well, 3 months ago, the shares were 300 per share. 2 months, and last month, it was like 200, 250, right? 250 per share. This month, the past month anyway, it was 150 per share. Okay. So with each star, meaning 150 euros, for the Ruby, they get 150. For the double Ruby, they get 300. For the Sapphire, you're getting 1,500, right? But for the Diamond, you got 80 shares, okay? 80 shares times 150 gives you 12,000 euro. Last month, they got 20,000 euro. But here's what's fascinating about that. You got 20,000 last month. This month, they got 12,000. What if it was only 150 for 6 months, right? 150 per share. That means that diamond, and you heard me right, 6 months, that diamond is getting 12,000 euro bonus per month for 6 months. Yeah, that's correct. For 6 months. Who else does that? If you want a salary, that's your salary. That right there can pay you every single month because you put in work, created a team, and built your business. Now you can relax, literally, if you so desired, for 6 months, and you will still earn that amount every single month. Tell me that ain't powerful. Come on, guys. Tell me, where does that happen? Where does that happen? It is a level playing field. If you want the right opportunity, this is it. This is it. So let me highlight something for you. When we talk about these career bonuses, I've been with organizations that if you hit the 10,000 in volume, and if you don't hit 20,000 by the end of the month, you go back to zero and you have to start all over again. Then that's kind of crazy, but it gets worse. Some companies will say you did 10,000 this month, but you have to do 20,000 next month to get the double Ruby. But no, if I already did 10,000, why do I have to do another 20,000 when I already did 10? So you're telling me I did 10 and 20. So now I got to do 30,000 to get to the double Ruby. And that's what some companies really, they expect that to happen. And so every month you're losing because you're having to repeat what you already did. So if you brought in 10,000 in volume the first month, and the next month you brought in 9,000, it doesn't add up to nothing. So you don't get that bonus because you didn't do what that company wanted you to do, and that's to start all over again and do twice as much. No, that's not what happens here. With Zeniq Technologies and Safir Global, you do 10,000, you keep that 10,000 and go forward. Now, to get to the 20,000, you only do another 10,000. Now that's fair, right? They pay you the 300 and then they pay you the 600. Guess what? Now you got 900 euros. By the time you get to diamond, they have paid you 67,000 euros in bonuses because you did the work. You didn't have to do another 20,000 or another 100,000 or another 300,000. No, it's just cumulative, right? And it gets you to those levels. By the time you finish just the career bonuses, not all three of the bonuses, but just the career bonuses, you're going to earn about 4.5 million in just career bonuses alone. This is not the performance bonus. This is not your commissions coming from the unit level. This is just the career bonuses here that you get that one time. 4.5 million. There's nobody else out there doing this. And here's what's amazing about this part of the program. The company is not hurting for funds. The company is already revenue positive. This part of the program, they pay out, but they do not depend on it, our money. They don't depend on our money to pay their salary, so to speak. They already got that part taken care of. They have actual investments. They have actual contracts. So when somebody sees this and like, how can they pay this kind of money? Because they're already revenue positive. They don't need to take our money in order to pay for those benefits. So that's just one thing that, I want to highlight because some people do have some issues with that. All right. Oh, wow. People are actually talking. I'm sorry. I couldn't see the screen, so I apologize. That's why I have co-hosts most of the time. So I thought I'd better maybe, reduce the screen so I could see what's going on. So thank you all for talking to me here. I'm going to address some of this. Where is it possible to view Zeniq blockchain? Yes, you can view the blockchain. Let's see. Let me give you Dr. Als. You can view the blockchain. You go to zeniq.com and you can the smart contract is there, and you can view the blockchain easily. If you have an account, you can see the hubs in action on the blockchain, or you can just go to the zeniq.com website and look up at the top, and you can click on it where it says minting. And if you click on that, you can go straight to the Block Explorer and see the coins minting in real time. Okay. All right. Let's see. Thank you, Brother Manana. Hey, yeah. Hey, that's my man, Lawrence. I appreciate you coming on. Michael from Nigeria. Michael, get in touch with me. Let's talk. Yeah, absolutely. Man, I'm sorry. I'd sit here and I didn't even open this thing up. All right. Well, good stuff. All right. Let's see. Austria. Otmar. Okay. Lindier. Okay. Thank you for joining me anyway. I guess I'm used to having co-hosts. I appreciate you being here as well. All right. When is it launching? And the CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko launch date? I don't have that information. I don't know when or even if it's going to launch in there, but if it does, then they'll let us know, when that's about to happen, and I'll pass that information on. I know that they're on Uniswap as far as the coin goes, and this is not a coin company, so I don't see the coin as being the center of marketing, so to speak. So that's probably why they haven't revealed any type of launch for the coin going on to CoinMarketCap or any of those platforms. I do believe that it's going to be submitted, on one of those because of formalities, but not a priority. Let's see. All right, all right, all right. So I'm going to. Well, thank you, Wallet. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Um, Let me look at one more thing. All right. So on here, I don't know if you can see my cursor or not, but the people that you see on this slide here, this is from a webinar we had recently. These are like the top, like I said, top guys in the organization as far as my upline. And so we got Thomas there, and we have Asker here. These are two of the top people that you'll see doing webinars and things like that. And so when it comes to the right information, those guys provide the right information. So if you ever have an opportunity to listen to one of their webinars or Zoom calls, then you know that you're getting the right information straight from the people that know. I've spent a lot of time as far as on calls with these guys. We know that the Zeniq Technologies does have a strategic partner with the royal family in Dubai. They did a nice media conference there. Top leaders right here. One from the UK. The other one, he's in Dubai. Helped to create that plan along with Asker and Thomas. So these are literally like the top folks in this business right here. Just my coins minting, so just a little bit that. Anyway, at the end of the day, you want to gain control of your finances. This is the way to do it. All right. So I definitely appreciate having this opportunity with you all. Like I said, it's early morning for me. I have a training that I'm going to be doing in about 3 hours actually. So I'm gonna get some sleep so I can do this training with my team. Like I said, here in about 3 hours. So Mr. Michael Nezrin from Nigeria, get in touch with me. I don't know if you're still on or not, but yeah, let's talk. Who else? Robert Grable, let's talk. Dr. Alice Otmir Lindier, let's talk. What's going on? The other one's Zeniq Coin, Telugu. Yeah, I know. Everybody, you got information. You want to know certain things. I don't have all the answers, but I do have pretty much. I can find the answers pretty easy. So yeah, just get in touch with me and hit me up. Like I said on Telegram, and yeah, we can definitely chop it up. All right. So if we don't have any more questions or anything else, then I will definitely look at moving on. Let me see. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys. It's been great. Let me find. I'm trying to see if I can pull up one more screen, and I wanna just highlight something real quick. Let me just make this note right quick. So before I forget. Yeah. I know on Zoom I could be quiet and people can talk, but on here it's just typing. So if you're typing, I'm listening. Okay. If you're not, then that's cool too. Hey, it's been great though. I appreciate you guys joining me and spending time with me. I know it's kind of crazy sometimes. Um, and being in this space, right? Coming on and just going live and stuff like that. There's no guarantees of anybody showing up. There's no guarantees that people care to even listen. And so I know that, and I just come on and I want to at least give that opportunity to somebody that may be looking for something amazing. You may be just, I'm gonna tell you, when I first became a certified coach, um, I'm gonna tell you, it was so weird because when I was growing up, we used to go to different seminars and travel a lot, and so we would be in these hotels, and I remember at nighttime, I would wake up over in the night and the TV was on, and you're in a hotel room, the TV is right there, so it's just loud, and they would have these what you call those infomercials, right? And I would always see these infomercials at night. They always selling something, selling real estate, Carlton Sheets selling real estate. Some guy named Robert Perry or Gary or something selling these little pamphlets and e-books and all this stuff that you really wouldn't normally see on regular TV. But the one thing that I remember the most about those times was Tony Robbins. And if you don't know, Tony Robbins is arguably the one of the best success coaches, that's ever been. And I remember seeing him most of the time on these infomercials, but he would be just, I mean, he was a really big guy, but just delivering the information. It was so impactful, right? And it just really, and I just remembered that, like, man, this guy is great. And so, like 12, 15 years later, I'm in the military, I'm traveling, and then anyway, I become a contractor and I'm traveling and so, doing network marketing, doing all these different things. But then when I come back to the US, and I remember driving along the highway going to Oklahoma, and I was listening to Oprah Winfrey. She was interviewing Tony Robbins, and she said something about, later on this evening we're going to be at his event. So when I got to the hotel in Oklahoma, of course, I'm like, I got to find this information because I really want to see the rest of the story. And so she went to this event called Unleash the Power Within. It's a weekend event with Tony Robbins, and it was so impactful. It was so powerful for me. And so I signed up with his program, and that's how, 6 months later, I became a certified coach. But I went to his event in Florida, right? Oh my God, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. This was back in 2012. It was the most amazing thing that I've ever been involved with. And so that really is a driving force, for me, is how do I impact, right? What can I do to reach somebody? Late at night, I would wake up in a hotel room when I was 16, 17, 18 years old, and I saw this guy impacting lives, right? You're absolutely right. This is the time to get in because if you wait too late, those coins, like I said, they're reducing every day, and so you want to get in it, while you can. So yeah, so that's my purpose, right? Is I have to reflect on the time when I would get up over in the middle of the night and I would see, Tony Robbins on the screen and doing his thing. It was high impact. He was delivering the goods, and I think it's the same concept. Here it is over in the night. Somebody somewhere may have their phone and they may actually be subscribed to my channel, and a live stream comes on and it's 3 in the morning, but they're impacted, they're excited because they needed to hear this, and this is why I do this. So anyway, um this is a great day, um and I will definitely be online tomorrow morning as well. So it is good, people. It's an opportunity that you want to jump into. If you wait too long, it might be too late. You know what? That right there is the last word. I couldn't have said it better. But that whole hour and 50 minutes of what I said, I hope that collect those thoughts and get involved, because you get in place now, you get the lion's share of the benefits. But if you wait, like my man said, you might wait too late. Hey, peace. And I'm out. You can reach me on Telegram if you want to holler at me. All right. Y'all take care. It's been great. It's been awesome. It's been wonderful. Y'all have been so cool to hang with me this long. Thank you.